YouTube family, Greg D, aka the DCUO Gingerbread Man, back here with another video. A lot of you guys have been wishing and hoping and asking me to do an atomic loadout, so here we go. We're going to bring you an atomic loadout, and as per all of my loadout videos, disclaimer, not saying that this is OP, that this is the best, most meta loadout you're going to find. This is just what I'm currently using, currently testing. It's done pretty well. This technically, the numbers that I've seen in my own preliminary testing are stronger than what my sorcery loadout does. So take that for what you will, for those of you who follow me. But again, we're not saying that this is like meta OP. This works pretty well from what I've tested. Decent numbers, like not as great as like Rage, let's say, but better than what I've tested in my sorcery might loadouts. So take that for what you will. So this is a might base loadout because, as we all know, just the way that the game is set up, might is stronger than precision or hybrid currently. So I'll start out first with what we're using artifacts wise. So I'm using Eye of Gemini, Omega, Trans, Quizlet, and Sinestro's rank there. I've tested with Scrap. I've tested with Mercy, and just I feel like this is the sweet spot from what I've been testing right now. So allies wise, we're using Constantine for the buffs. Essentially, a lot of times I just use Constantine in the most content just to help buff the group and myself. Not saying that you have to use Constantine as your combat ally, just something that I prefer doing. Using Emperor Aquaman for our trinket pets, because as you can see there, extra 7% damage. I'm assuming that's an extra 10% once you get to level 10. Obviously, I don't have them at level 10, but take that for what you will. And then Flash, I'm using as my other support ally. We're not using, obviously, this is not a pet power, not a pet loadout, so we're taking Zatanna out. As most of you guys know, like I said, I use Zatanna for my pet loadouts, but in this case, I'm using Flash for the extra supercharge. As you can see there, at level 8, we do get an extra 10% supercharge back to us. So anytime that we do use a supercharge, so yeah, so that's been pretty good, pretty easy loadout, I will say. So from left to right, I've got Spore Pod, I've got the Robot Sidekick, we've got Omega from our Omega artifact. I'm using Atomic Blast as our supercharge, Unleash Antimatter as our power interaction plus supercharge generator, and then I'm using Neutron Bomb, and I'm using the combo there for the Neutron Explosion. So really all we're going to do with the loadout is we're going to get our power interaction going, hit our combo here, Spore Pod, and then just rinse and repeat. It's really easy. I mean, I'm only using 3 powers. Obviously, once Omega is fully charged, we use Omega. Once the supercharge goes, we get the Eye of Gemini buff. So, I mean, the idea behind this is we get the Eye of Gemini buff from using the supercharge. We pop Omega when the Eye of Gemini buff is going, and then just rinse and repeat. So there's really nothing to it. It's pretty easy, but so yeah, so we'll run through it a couple times, get a feel for it, and then we'll add in the trinket pets and the all the other stuff, the Constantine buff and everything. So here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go pop, and then we're gonna pop, do the combo, pop, and then literally, because there's only like a 2.5 second cooldown on the neutrino bomb, you're able to hit it, and then basically as soon as Omega is charged, you're going to hit it at all times. we're just going to go fast. And then you can see, too, just because we're hitting that combo, Omega does charge pretty quickly there. And look at that. We're already at 21 million, 22 million. You can actually get through this pretty quick. We get the Eye of Gemini buff. We're going to hit. You can actually get through those combos there pretty quick. Oops. You'll notice you are constantly moving, so I'm constantly like creeping up towards the things there themselves. But even that little thing there, I mean, even without, I mean, it's okay damage. I mean, it's better. Like I said, this is better than my sorcery loadout. So obviously, either my sorcery loadout needs work, or atomic is a better power currently than sorcery. Both of those could be true, but yeah. So I mean, again, it's really easy. Just pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it, and then, like I said, the cooldown on the neutrino bomb itself is only a few seconds. It's like literally 2.5 seconds. So you're constantly just being able to go through. And hit it very. And like I said, you're just waiting for Omega to pop up there. That. So when you have the Eye of Gemini buff, without any trinket pets and the robot sidekick helping you, I mean, you're hitting between 17 to 18 million, and with the Eye of Gemini buff, you're at around 20, 21, 22. So between 20 and 22. So, like, not terrible, not as strong as like our rage build was. This is, like I said, this is stronger than sorcery, I will say. But again, it's pop, 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 Badoop. And then, like I said, as soon as you get to like where Spore Pod kind of cools down, you finish off your thing, and then you hit your thing, and then you can hit your thing. Wait for the animation, take that off of there. You can actually get through this pretty quickly too, so. Oops, I did that backwards. Oops. So I did that, definitely did that backwards. There was a 27 million in there, so I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Now, I guess what we should do is we'll try it with our trinket pets and everything here. And again, I mean, you're only using 3 powers. You got the robot sidekick for the extra damage there. You have the Quizlet. One thing about Quizlet 2 is with this, we want to make sure that we give them as much supercharge as possible. So when you use superpower, Quizlet will cast a powerful attack that hits up to 8 targets, and then doing that move will grant you 1% supercharge. Granted, it's not a lot, but every little bit helps. So what we'll do now is, I mean, as you can see there, the robot sidekick itself is not hitting for like a ton of damage. You're maybe talking like 600,000 or 700,000. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, not a whole lot, but I found it easier to kind of get through the combos, for at least for me personally, by having that as opposed to having a different power in there. Now, could you throw in a different power where Robot Sidekick is to maybe get some extra damage? Sure. So let's kind of fiddle with that. Let's fiddle with that real quick, and then we'll show. So, like, for example, if you wanted to, let's say you wanted to get Robot Sidekick out of here. Oh, I don't have Starbolt in there, but I was going to say use Starbolt or something, but never mind. Let's just do it this way. I thought I had Starbolt, but I don't want to end up making this video too long. So what I'll do, we'll pop Constantine, and then we'll roll through here. Poppity, Spore Pod, poppity, put up, Spore, boop. Oops, I did that wrong. I did that wrong, pardon me. And we got Spore Pod back up. Supercharge, Mega, plus we got the. So there was a 26 million. 21 million. So I mean, if you hit it all right, I mean, I could probably get more if I was hitting this a little bit better, but again, not bad. Not the greatest loadout or the greatest numbers that I've seen in testing, but like again, I will say that this is definitely better than my sorcery loadouts. So, you know, in my own personal testing, would I say that Atomic is stronger right now than sorcery? Absolutely. At least how I have it set up. Maybe my sorcery loadout sucks. Maybe it does. But this is definitely not bad by any means, and it's fast, and you can get a lot of burst damage there too. So again, not terrible. I mean, when you're running the normal stuff, you're between 17 and 20 million, and then you know, as you saw there, when you have your Eye of Gemini buff from the Supercharged and Omega, and your Trinket Patch, you're in that 22 on the low end, 26 on the high end. So not bad. Not terrible, but I'm not saying that this is OP or meta or anything, but I mean, it could be worse. So, let me know in the comments section what you think below. Give it a shot if you want. Try it out for yourself. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm always open to suggestions. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to conclude this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, we'll see you soon.